next hour, I'm going to be taking you through a brand new webinar called I've Fallen Off the Workbook Wagon, 5 Ways to Get Back on Track with Your Goals in 2016. During this, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what you need to be doing if by any chance you are like, a large percentage of people who may have started using the workbooks and haven't checked back in with it for a while. I want to give you some really golden tips to get back on track and realize you still have a whole quarter of the year left and you can do some big and amazing things over the next quarter, and you can achieve some really big goals and hit them out of the park and not give up on yourself because it is September. It's only just turned to spring. You have 4 months of the year left and you can do some absolutely incredible things. I'm joined today by Emily, our wonderful webinar assistant, who I'm sure has been sitting at her computer at home going, fuck, 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 as we've tried to stop this looping from happening. But I think we have prevailed. So yay, team us. Yay, team us. Let's share a little bit more and get straight into the content and the topic. I promise that I'm going to make this chock full of value, chock full of helpful tips for you, and really help you get the most out of the next hour ahead for you. So in case you don't know me already, here's why you should learn from me. I am the CEO of a multi-million-dollar a year company. My books are sold in 100 plus countries. I have over 300,000 fans on social media. My 2016 yearbooks, which the goals workbooks, which you obviously have used, they're now used by over 250,000 people worldwide, which is absolutely amazing. I'm also the founder of the Shining Biz and Life Academy, which has been used by over 10,000 women over the last few years. Last year, I was a finalist in 2 Australian Awards, and I was also a finalist for the Australian My Businesswoman of the Year Award. That's pretty fun, pretty amazing. I'm not just some crazy hippie. Well, I am a crazy hippie, but I don't know. I seem to have had quite a lot of success being that crazy hippie. I always love to share this photo whenever it comes up. The suspense, guys. It's a beautiful photograph of me looking very, very sane and rational, standing with the then Australian government for small business. Winning my Business Award. Can you ding it over to, yay, we did it. Obviously, I'm very, very excited. And these are the founders of Osmopreneur, and that's me wearing the most magnificent hippie dress I could get my hands on. Thank you very much, my darling friend Deb, for lending it to me. Let's have a talk about how you will get the most amount of actual results from this hour. I always like to share about how to get results from this hour to make sure that you know again and again and again what it is that you need to do to get results, so that this hour isn't a total waste. Because I know so many of us get into the pattern of multitasking, we get into the pattern of thinking if we cram as many things into a short amount of time as possible, that's the way to be successful. And I promise you, hand on my heart, from my own experience with creating success and from doing many other 6-figure, 7-figure business women and the most productive people out there, they monofocus. I want you to tattoo that on your ass. Monofocus is gold. Make sure that you've got everything else turned off and really just commit to just being here now. Have a pad and paper in hand. That way, instead of typing on the computer, you might get a little bit distracted. But having pad and paper in hand, research has proven that if you're writing it out, it helps to be retained in your memory for longer. I also want to make sure that you give yourself actionables as well. So you're not just taking notes, but you actually give yourself specific actionable things that you're going to complete in a really short deadline. So the way that I like to note that is when I'm writing down notes, a lot of it will just be bullet points. When it comes to writing down an actionable, I'll actually write at the start of that sentence a capital A and I'll circle it, and then I'll write the actionable from there. And then when it comes to reviewing your notes, it's really, really easy to find your actionables. Also, make sure that you commit to a deadline and you implement it in the next 1 day or maximum of 1 week. We have all done courses and we've all written notes, and when we look back on them 6 months, a year, 18 months later, we still haven't actually done the actionables from that. The only way you're going to get results if you actually do it, and you do it now. And to help with this, you really should consider buttering up with an accountability partner, or as I like to call it, a get shit done buddy. They will really help you make the most out of your experience. It means that you will get more done. If you don't have an accountability partner or a get shit done buddy already, consider asking a friend, or if you know somebody else in business, or you know another kind of go-getter. If you're in any of the online forums like the Academy Mastermind, find yourself a get shit done buddy in there. All of this is really, really important to make sure that you get actual results. Next thing, let's get straight into the content of 5 ways to get back on track in 2016. So first and foremost, if you've fallen off the workbook wagon, I want you to know, babe, it's okay. You can forgive yourself. You don't have to beat up on yourself. I promise you, I know all of the research and I know how much the workbook gets me results. Am I always super committed? Like, I've done this 8 years now. Some years I fall off the workbook wagon, and that's absolutely okay. Sometimes there'll be 6 months where I fall down the rabbit hole of just keeping on top of my business and my life. That's absolutely okay. And I can forgive myself, and you can forgive yourself as well, because that's the whole joy of life and of business, is that sometimes you're not quite sure what direction it's going to take you, and sometimes it covers you up like a big wave comes along and it takes a little while for your head to resurface. Have a think back over this year. If your year, like me, has sucked a giant bag of donkey dick, like, welcome to the 2016 party. This is where we've all been at, babes. Like, I talk to some other friends and I'm like, guys, has this been like a really hard, challenging year for you with some like shit going crazy that you weren't expecting? And they're all like, uh-huh. And we all look a little bit war-torn and a little bit damaged. So if that's your experience as well, like, babes, welcome to the club. And so for me, I'm getting to this part of the year and I'm like, holy shit, what did I even write at the start of this year? Even though I know, checking in with goals is really important. And, I've been really committed in past years. I have definitely fallen off this year, and that's okay. And I'm just going to get back on that donkey again. I'm going to set aside a weekend to go through my books again and just really reconnect back with my 2016 workbooks and proceed from there. So, babes, if you've fallen off the wagon, that's all right. We've all, so many of us have fallen off the wagon. Let's look around and see how many bodies have fallen off and help each other up and dust each other off and go, oh, babe, gosh, it's been a bit of a rough ride, isn't it? All right, come on, I'll give you a hand back on. Let's jump back on together. You are not alone in this, and it does not make you a bad person. It does not make you a lazy person. It doesn't make you anything except you've fallen off the wagon. This is what happens sometimes. That's okay. Let's get back on together. Let's get into, so I think, forgiveness is such an important bit because it's so important that we don't carry on baggage about ourselves or carry on ideas about who we are and misperceptions and judging ourselves or judging each other. I don't think anyone would judge each other anyway, but if, we're really good at fucking judging ourselves, it's really important that we just go, you know what, to get back on this wagon, we just need to let go of any guilt about this and just go, babes, it's been a really hard year. Let's just get back on. Or we got lost along the way. That's all right. Let's dust each other off. Number 2, this is for the people who didn't actually get to finishing their workbooks. Again, absolutely okay if you didn't finish your workbook to begin with, or even start on your workbook. Like, that's okay. Some people get to that place where things happen. I remember one darling woman emailing me and saying, I'm so sorry. It's been months. I got your book and it just got delivered. And the next day, my husband died suddenly, and it's been months and I haven't picked it up. And I'm like, darling, like that. I'm so sorry that your husband passed away suddenly. That's huge and horrible. And we never know where life is going to take us. And whether you've experienced severe loss or life just got in the way, you may not have finished your book. That's absolutely okay. And what we're going to do to get back on it is to set yourself a really short deadline and ride that wild donkey. My challenge for you all is, if you haven't finished your workbook, I want you to jump into the workbook group on Facebook, which is, if you Google Shining Year, you'll find the workbook group, which has got like 12,000 people in it. And they're all the most beautiful, adorable, passionate, creative women under the sun. And just get honest there. I haven't finished, and I'm going to finish on this date. So I want to set that challenge. Everybody, I want you to finish your workbook, if you haven't already, in the next week. And if you haven't reviewed in a while, I want you to set that short deadline, ride that wild donkey to review in the next week. And I am going to put my hand on my heart and do the exact same thing with you all. I'm going to say, I am going to check out my workbooks and connect back in with it and see what's in there. Now, one thing I do want to share about is, if you don't know what I mean by saying, ride that wild donkey, there is a free ebook that will help you in this process. And it's the Guide to Riding Wild Donkeys, aka the Project Finisher ebook. It's something that I created about 5 years ago, and when my eldest daughter was a little baby still, and she helped me paint this glorious ebook. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite things ever created. And if you just check out at the URL, www.leoniedawson.com/free-the-project, you will find the Cowgirl's Guide to Riding Wild Donkeys. If you also just Google Leonie Dawson Project Finisher, you'll be able to find it. Please have a read through of it. It's short, it's adorable, and it's a really, really important productivity secret that I've been teaching for many years now. That's really, really helped a lot of people. So jump into that if you haven't already. So I use this graphic a lot, and I think it's really, really important, even though the number I've written in here is slightly incorrect. If you can do some additional math, you'll be able to find where I've made that mistake. So here's the thing. 80% of people do not even think about goals. They don't. It doesn't even cross their mind. 16% of people think about goals but do not write those goals down. 4%, okay, it should be 3% here because otherwise we're doing 101%. 3% of people write down their goals but don't look at them again. And 1% of people write down their goals and regularly review them, and they are among the highest achievers. At least by getting the workbooks, you're putting yourself into that top 4% of people who are actually writing down their goals. What we're trying to do is get you into the 1% where you're writing down the goals and regularly reviewing them. That's why I created the companion diary planner, because it makes you do a review each month of your goals, which is super, super helpful. That's why the to-do list pad and the weekly spread set out in the diary planner, set out your monthly goals. If you haven't already, pull out your wall planner that came with your workbook. Start filling that out again as well. All of these are companion products to help you remember again and again to regularly review those goals. I just wanted to share with you as well this quote, which I think is so powerful and so very important. It's that I think about on a regular basis. The quote is, "A millionaire looks at his goals once a day. A billionaire looks at her goals twice a day. And so that's the power of looking at things again and again and again. Have a look at your workbooks and ask yourself, how can I look at these goals even more? So if that means that you tear out some of the sheets and you put them above your desk, or if that means putting it the whole book beside your bedside table, if that means framing some of the pages in there, if that means going through and cutting out some of the cutout sections or some of the non-cutout sections, that's awesome. That's amazing. Some things that I even do is that with the 100 things to do in the year list, I created like a text file as well. And I just kept it on my desktop on my computer because, I'm on there a lot. And sometimes it's useful to have as many places as possible. Even if you photocopy the sheets and put them into your diary planner, even if you write up in your daily journal, your list, a handwritten list as well for you to go through. As many places as you can see it, so it just starts drilling into your head again and again and again. That's amazing. One of the things I like to do as well is, and this is a tip from Denise Duffield Thomas, who wrote Lucky Bitch, and she's a dear friend of mine. She makes sure that her income goals are her password everywhere. And so even on my lock screen, on my phone, on my computer, all of the the unlock codes to get in there are my income goal for the next year. So it's like remembering again and again and again, what are my goals? The more you look at your goals, the more you can align your energy to them. Let's go down to number 3, what you need to be doing in order to get yourself back on the wagon and trundling along with your goals to make them come true. Again, make yourself a really short, sharp deadline. We're in this together. We're going to revisit our workbooks over the next week. So our deadline is 6 plus 7 equals 13. All right, 13th of September. No, because there's Americans. 14th of September. All right, I'll let you guys have to the 14th of September. You've got to the 14th of September. I am going to make up a little graphic and make sure and start hassling people to get back onto their goals and have a review. You know what I might do? I might do a blog post about mine and check back in with my goals as well. Gosh, that'll be like being a little bit nude in public, but that's all right. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. I promise. I'll do it. All right, I'm writing it down so I don't forget. Plus, my staff are all listening to this as well, and they're like, Leonie, you did promise this. And I'm like, that's right. Sometimes I should really think before I open my mouth. But then I wouldn't be a Leonie. Yay! When you revisit those goals, I want you to have out a highlighter, and I want you to choose what you're going to complete in the last quarter of 2016. I want you to really put some deadlines on those things of what you want to create over the next 4 months, and put some months on them as well. Even if you can chuck them into your diary, your planner, your calendar, your wall planner, everything, so that on every single month you know exactly what goals you want to complete out of your workbook. Write action plans. If you didn't use the Magic Mountain maps, I want you to use them now. So if you choose 3 goals that you want to achieve by the end of this year, then do the Magic Mountain maps, where you do a big action plan of all the things that you need to do in order to create that. There's actually a really good book called The 12-Week Year by Moran and Lannington. It's on my desk, so I'm trying to read it sideways. I'm obviously a very proficient sideways reader. And basically it talks about the process of setting goals not for the whole year, but for actual quarters instead. And they make the very compelling argument that if you do this planning process every quarter instead of every year, you can actually achieve almost as much as you would do in a 12-month year. I highly recommend that you just dive in and go, you know what am I going to achieve over the next 12 weeks? What am I going to achieve over the next 4 months until the end of the year? Because there is a whole lot of life left to live, and there are a whole lot of amazing things that you can do to make your goals come true. Review, get your highlighter out, set some deadlines, put them everywhere. You've also got all of your notes pages at the end of the workbook if you need to, like, more pages to plan it all out. Schedule it in, babes. You've got to schedule it in and make these things happen. Now, we're going to be talking about harnessing a very, very, very powerful tool in your quest to get these goals of yours happening over the next quarter. Tea break. I, of course, am drinking, I know you're all wondering this. It's okay, I'm going to answer your question right now. I'm drinking Celestial Seasonings Sleepy Time Tea. And yes, I drink Sleepy Time Tea all fucking day. No, it doesn't make me more sleepy. In fact, I think it's probably better for my personality to have like some kind of like chill the fuck out happening, because this personality does not turn off. Sometimes people are like, your personality is so put on. And I'm like, really? I've been living with it for 33 years, guys. 33? Am I 33? I think so. I'm 82. Yes, because I turned 34 in a couple of months. Yay! It's going to be exciting because it's a sequential birthday. 3, 4. 3, 4. That'll be fun. Okay, anyway, I'm going to get back on track. 4. Oh my God, look. 4. It's all happening. All right. Anyway, I'll stop being a dick. Use the power of people. And what I mean by using the power of people is that this is actually a very, very important success secret. And, this is a success secret that the smartest, richest, most powerful people in history have used, that you can really harness in your own life with huge results. What is the people secret? What is this thing that's going to make a big difference? What is the power of people? These are some people that use the power of people and this success secret. The world's biggest and best entrepreneurs, inventors, investors, success stories, they all use masterminds. This is people like Andrew Carnegie, who was a leading industrial entrepreneur and philanthropist, Napoleon Hill, who wrote the huge bestseller Think and Grow Rich, Henry Ford, who of course was the founder of the Ford Motor Company, Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb and camera, Richard Branson, who is Virgin Everything, Jack Canfield, who wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul, Joe Vitale, who was in the movie The Secret, just some of the huge percentage of people who use masterminds. Now, exactly what's a mastermind? A mastermind is a gathering of like-minded people who are there to support each other's growth. It's not just friends who are there for a chinwag, which is lovely and important in its own right, but masterminds are there absolutely to support the members' success. And there's a reason for that. So I wanted to share some quotes with you about masterminds so that you kind of get straight from the horse's mouth why masterminds are so important. John Assaraf, who was also in The Secret and is a multimillionaire and a very successful businessman, says, I have been part of various mastermind groups for over 20 years that have easily made me millions. Napoleon Hill said, to achieve what you want out of life, you must use the power of the Mastermind Alliance. And Joe Vitale simply says, meet and grow rich, which is also the title of his book about this very same thing. If you'd like to know more about masterminds, I would absolutely recommend that you check out my free webinar. If you Google Leonie Dawson Mastermind webinar, you'll get my free webinar about this, and we can dive deeper into exactly how to find a mastermind and how to use them to accelerate your success, your growth, your goal achievement. But what it simply comes down to is this age-old adage, which is what all of the research backs up. And the research backs up that whoever you surround yourself with, you become most like. And if you don't have people who are heading in the same direction as you, who are likewise achieving goals, who are making shit happen, you are in many ways being set up to fail because you are the average of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with. So think about the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Are these people helping you to become your best self, or are they not? Because at the end of the day, you will become the average. You'll be the middle outlier of those 5 people that you're spending most of your time with. So you bloody well must make sure that you make them really good ones who teach you to become better versions of yourself. Myself, I have been part of Masterminds for the last 8 years, since 2008. They have absolutely been a massive, massive key to my success. I would not have learned 80% of what I've learned without them. And also, honestly, this whole journey of becoming a multi-millionaire, of becoming increasingly more, having more of a public figure and becoming more famous and building a company, making huge, huge dreams of mine come true. Like, it's amazing, but it's also scary as fuck sometimes. Like, I'm like, who am I to be doing this? I am just totally freaked out right now. And luckily, I had consciously already surrounded myself with people who were already there or on their way there. And all of them said, don't worry, babe, we've got you. Like, it's fine. We're here with you. It's so understandable for you to feel this way. We all feel this way at times. Here's what you can do to make things a bit better and how to navigate through this. So it's been of critical importance. And I have spent, nearly $30,000 in 1 year just to be part of a mastermind. I've spent, $4,000 a year, $2,000 a year to be a part of a mastermind, because I realize that it is, to be especially a part of like paid masterminds, you are consciously putting yourself in a place with other people who are heading in the same direction as you. It's why I created, with the Shiny Business Life Academy, you get access to both the business mastermind and the life mastermind with thousands of women in there. We have partner up programs as well, and lots of smaller groups from that, so that you can find women who are totally like in the same place as you. And a lot of people end up finding, some of their closest friends in there, which is just magical. We've been going since 2010, so 5 years. And it's so beautiful to me when I meet people and they say, I found my tribe there, and I found my get shit done buddies through there, which is absolutely amazing. If you want to check out what the Shiny Academy is all about, we are only open for enrollments until the end of the month. So if you go to www.shiningacademy.com, you'll be able to sign up before 30th September, when we're closing our doors until 2017 later in the year. I'm not sure whether it'll be earlier in the year or another year away. So make sure you don't miss out, because so many things can be achieved in the space of a year or 6 months. It is a beautiful mastermind. Plus, you get 100+ courses of mine, everything that you need in order to set yourself up for success. My next tip for you is to find and complete a quick win. So this is really to get you started back on track of making those big goals of yours happen. So I want you to go through and find a goal that you've set, or a thing to do in 2016, something that you can achieve in the next 24, 48, 36 hours as fast as possible. And the reason for this is momentum breeds momentum. My friend Magda, and I'm going to absolutely murder her last name. I'm so sorry, Magda. Pixenier, I think. Anyway, I'll just call her Magda from askmoxie.org. She is amazing. She created one of the world's best parenting blogs, Ask Moxie, and she is just everything I want to be when I grow up. I found her blog when my first daughter was a tiny, tiny baby, and I was struggling profoundly with having a very, very kind of high needs, fussy, non-sleeping baby, and I had severe postnatal depression, and I read her blogs over and over and over again, and found so much comfort in her. And years later, she started using my workbooks, and now we're friends, and it's just the most magical thing. But I love how her brain works because she's much more analytically minded than I am. And she said, I think I've worked out why the workbooks work. She said, because as soon as you complete one task, it gives you this little thrill of energy that helps you to go on and complete the next goal, which was a really, really lovely way of describing this whole momentum breeds momentum. Once you've got a win under your belt, it actually gives you more energy to complete the next thing. So completing something actually doesn't take away from your energy, it adds to it. So you're able to achieve even more things, which is why I've been able to do all of the things that I've done, create a multi-million-dollar company while only working part-time because I spend most of my time with my family, is because I get on the donkey, I ride projects really quickly, I get them complete, and I get this huge thrill of excitement, and then I want to complete the next thing. So I want you to go through, find and complete a quick win and do it, and share about it publicly. Be in your in your mastermind with your get shit done buddy, share about it on social media, whatever it is that you need to find and complete a quick win. I wanted to share a little bit deeper about why it's so important for you to be able to complete your goals, and why it's of critical importance that this planet needs you to step up and make those dreams of yours come true. Often people, especially women, we have huge baggage about why we should make our dreams come true. In some way, we think it is selfish. In some way, we believe that prioritizing our own wishes is not what's really needed on this planet. And I want to tell you that is such a load of shit. And I say that with so much love in my heart. But, you are an earth angel. People need you and your dreams. This is how the earth will heal. When you birth forward the seeds of destiny that are inside you. Because here's the thing, you can't even possibly know what it means for the planet for you to live your life and your dreams. When I think about all the things that I've done, the things that I've done for myself and to make my own self happy, and how it's gone on to help this planet, it blows me away. It's the most magical thing. And we're not taught about this. For example, in 2009, I was pregnant with my first kid, and I knew that my life was going to change, and I needed something to support me during the great journey that was ahead of me. Over the space of a couple of days before Christmas, I decided that I was going to set some goals for the next year, just to kind of it was almost like putting a little message in the bottle and sending it out to sea for myself, because I knew that the process of giving birth would mean letting go of myself in a way and losing myself. And I knew at some point I would be searching for that message in the bottle from myself from the previous year to remind me of who I was and what I wanted to create, and to kind of give me the map of what I needed to do to be back as myself. I sat down over the space for a couple of days and I created something that was colourful and rich and illustrated that I could pour all of my love into. I didn't just want to write down like my goals and my love letter to myself and the universe just on a scrap of paper. I wanted it to look beautiful. I wanted it to inspire me. And I did. And I looked at it after it was done. I think it was Boxing Day. And I thought, oh gosh, this is just adorable. I think I'd like to share this with the world because I think it might help other people as well. So I scanned it in and I shared it. I thought I might, sell it to like maybe 10 people or so. And that year it ended up selling 1,000 ebooks, which was just beyond my biggest, wildest hopes and dreams. And since then, it's now been used by over 250,000 people. These workbooks were just something I created for me. It was just a little seed of destiny, a little dream inside that I wanted to create for me. And it's gone on to help so many people. And it blows me away because it was always just something I created for me. It makes me so happy when I hear stories of women who have used the workbooks to get back in touch with those seeds of destiny and birth them into the world. I loved the woman who wrote in her dreamiest day that she wanted to celebrate her birthday by walking the Camino, and she had 5-year-old twin boys, and she was like, there's no way this is going to happen, like as if, lols. And her husband saw it, and he was like, why not? Make it happen. Let's make it happen. And she went and did it. 5 months later, she was walking the Camino, and her family and her community stepped up to help look after her children so that she could go walk the Camino. And that makes me so happy that here's this woman inspiring all of the people around her and inspiring her children to say, you know what? I might be a mother, and I also have big dreams inside me, and I can make them come true. What a blessing for the universe. What an absolute blessing. And then women as well. I want to share this quote from the Dalai Lama because it's of so much importance. What I find that we as women, we come in with hearts to hold the world in. And whether we have kids or not, we're the mothers of the world. Our dreams are about taking care of ourselves, taking care of our family, and then they also spread out and take care of our communities as well. And the Dalai Lama says it is the Western woman that will change the world. And that is so very true. And it's our dreams that will do it. And it is this learning this process of how to make goals come true that will revolutionize the planet that we're on. Men, for some reason, seem to have worked out this whole goal thing a lot quicker than us. And it's time that we start using it to create some really big, beautiful healing changes on the planet, to look after ourselves and tend to our spirits so that we're not giving from an empty, parched, dry well, which so many of us are doing. And to really start becoming powerful creators of ourselves and our worlds. So in sharing that, I really wanted to extend this invitation to you to join my popular, powerful, and proven training playground to grow your life and your business, to supercharge those goals, to give you all the information that you absolutely need in order to grow that incredible life and incredible business of yourself. I offer this with so much of an open heart and so much love because I have purposefully made this wildly, wildly generous. I've made it as affordable as I possibly can, and have really supercharged it with as much value as I can. So I can hand on my heart, stand behind this product and say, yeah, like there's nothing else like this out there on the market. There's nothing else like this that you can buy for this price, because this is just going to make a huge, huge difference. And I am going to absolutely over delight you with what I provide to you. I want to make sure that this is the most powerful, beautiful experience for you as possible. What is the Academy? The Academy is one part business and marketing training field, one part inspirational mastermind, and one part soul-centered wisdom to make every part of your life shine. If you don't have a business, that's absolutely okay. You can sign up to get life-only access and get access to, I think there's about 70 meditation, creativity, relationship, spirituality courses in there that you will get as part of your life access, and you'll get your life mastermind as well. I just want to pile as much value in there as possible for you. So what I do is every single one of my courses that I've ever created in my life and that I will create. So I release at least one new course in the Academy every single month. So there's now, I think, 114 courses in there. Plus you'll get at least 12 more, but probably closer to 20 over the next year. And I do that because I realize that so many of us, when we buy one course, then we just have to buy the next and then the next and the next. And it just becomes like this endless buying cycle. I just wanted to give you absolutely everything that you need, whether that's in business, marketing, finance, budgeting, relationships, communication, parenting, creativity, meditation, all of it, health, decluttering, every part of life, every part of business, I cover in the Academy. You'll also get our incredible mastermind. So you're really connecting with these beautiful, beautiful women who are on absolutely the same journey as you. They're so incredibly positive and supportive. I get feedback again and again and again that it is one of the most special places on the internet, one of the most empowering communities available. There is no fucking drama whatsoever because I will happily ban people and kick them out of my program if they are in any way nasty or non-supportive, because that's what the rest of the internet's for. Fuck that. You also get monthly coaching and support. So I get asked all of the time, Leonie, do you do one-on-one coaching? I used to do it. I used to charge $1,000 an hour for that. I used to coach a lot of very successful people, including 6-figure, 7-figure business women. What I do now instead is all of my coaching and support now happens just to my Academy members, and they get it free as a bonus for their Academy. So I get there's monthly coaching, Q&A calls, group coaching where you can get your questions answered. I can do website reviews for you. There's also weekly Ask Me Anythings from me and from my team of experts as well, including on social media and tech stuff. I actually hire people in to be able to answer your tech questions for you. You'll also, as a huge special bonus, get the complete 2017 workbook collection delivered to your door as a huge free bonus this year. That's valued up to $150 depending on where you are on the planet. And you'll also get a Shining Discount Center. A lot of people will be affiliates for different softwares and programs and all that kind of stuff, which is great. It means that they'll refer you to something which is awesome and they'll get paid for it. What I wanted to do instead was just deliver more value for my members. And so what I did was approach a whole bunch of software providers and services and people that I use. And I said, guys, I love yous heaps. I want to refer people to you from the Academy, but I don't want to get any kickback from it. I don't want to earn any money. I would prefer if you gave them a discount instead. Would you be able to give them a special Academy only discount? And they said, yes, would be delighted. And so what that means is that you will, as soon as you sign up, which is under $500 to sign up to the Academy, it's the most affordable I can make it, and we just make it as hugely powerful as I can. You get over $2,000 worth of discounts for the software and services that you'll need to grow your business. So really, I just wanted to make this an instant yes for anybody so that it is the most succulent program available out there that is just so full of juice. I have so many, business associates who look at the programs that are available in the Academy and they're like, wow, like this is what you teach in just one of these programs is what I teach in one of my, $20,000 a year programs and what I coach over the space of a year. And you're giving it away as just one part of a course in this really low priced product. And it's, I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I can help as many people as possible create the life, the business that they want to create. One thing that I am so proud of is that we have actually been around for a really long time now. There's so many people out on the market now who teach a lot of this stuff, but who haven't actually been doing it for that long. They've just kind of created it a nanosecond ago, and they don't have the results to back it up. I'm actually really proud of the fact that we have been around since 2010. We actually still have members who were in there from the very day that we started in September 2010. Oh my gosh, it's our 5-year anniversary this year. 6 year. I'll work it out later. They've been in there since the very, very beginning. They've re-signed up for, for a new year of membership every single year because they get so much out of it. And in fact, the statistics are 8 out of 10 members will sign up again the next year because they love it so much. They get so much value out of it that they can't live without it. This is people who are starting in business, who don't have a business and are just using it for their life, for developing and blooming their life and their creativity, their relationships, their health, their home, all of that gorgeous stuff. And then we've also got up to 7-figure business women who continue to use it and get so much value out of it that it's just like a no-brainer. They're like, fuck yeah, of course I'll be in on this. And that makes me happy because that's exactly what you want. So just some of the courses that you're going to receive in there is you'll get a whole bunch of business courses, which is powerful business training to help you start and grow your dream business abundantly. I have created a multi-million-dollar a year company all on my own. I have huge profit margins. My accountant is a fantastic accountant, one of the best in the city that I live in. And he's like, Leonie, you are kicking ass over the rest of my clients. And I'm like, yay, because in some ways I'm quite competitive. Also, shining finances. So I teach you like the money programs, the budgeting spreadsheets that I use to get abundance flowing and make sure that you get your financial life in order. I want to share this. I am definitely a hippie. I am definitely somebody who this did not come easily to. It's something I had to learn. So I'm just going to show you exactly like the very simple but powerful tools that I use to get my finances in order in both life and in business. I'll also teach you my shining marketing practices by using the power of marketing and online marketing to transform your business into a money-making printer. I call my business the money printer because it's just like, turn the printer on, let's print some cash, people. And I do want to say this is not just for online businesses. If you have a bricks and mortar business or a local service business, like you're a massage therapist or a yoga teacher, etc., this is absolutely for you as well. And we have lots and lots of people in the academy who are in that exact same spot and are getting huge amounts of results from using the academy programs. There's even programs in there to get your house decluttered and to remove negative energy from your home. There's a whole bunch of creativity programs as well. This really will help you clear those creative blocks and become a really wildly productive and prolific creative goddess. I've been teaching about creativity even longer than I've been teaching about business. The Creative Goddess course has been around since 2009, I think, and been used by tens of thousands of women. They go through that and they're like, wow, I've been blocked and haven't painted for 15 years, or every time I painted, I had huge hang-ups and, was beating myself over the head. And now I'm just creating and it's just bringing me so much joy. And that makes me so happy because that's exactly who we should be in the world. You'll also get shining health programs, including cleansers to bring your body into health and radiance. You'll get access to a whole bunch of my meditations, which will guide you through and are very, very soothing and will help you get to sleep. A lot of people use them with their children as well, which is really beautiful. And shining relationships. So you'll learn how to be a better mama, have happier, deeper, more satisfying relationships. One of the things that we just brought out was the Boundaries Boot Camp on how to set and maintain and uphold personal boundaries. The next course that we are doing is the Sex Goddess course, the Everyday Sex Goddess course, to create more joy and succulence in the boudoir, whether you are solo or partnered. And then next month, the new course coming out is the Anxiety Workshop for people who are suffering from anxiety and need some help in that way. So I do just want to say enrollments are closing soon. We close at the end of this month. If you are ready to make your life shine, make your business shine, jump in on that huge amount of value. I think once I added it all up, it's about $27,000 worth of value in the academy, and you're getting it for less than $500. Yes, there are payment plans. Yes, you can buy it just for the life courses, and it's even cheaper. Yes, you can upgrade later. Yes, you can part payment if you on the life courses as well if you need to. But please make sure you don't miss out, because we are closing September 30. So I think we've got about 24 days left before we close the doors to new members. I can't wait to see you in there. There's so much power and magic to share with you, and I really just want to support you to make those big dreams and goals of yours come true, because we can't do this alone. We need support, we need guidance, we need other people who've been there, who've done that. We need to surround ourselves with people who are heading in the same direction as us and make those incredible dreams of ours come true. And that's how the world will change, and that's how our own world will change as well, our inner world. That world that says, yes, I am a powerful creator of my life. Yes, I can make my dreams come true. I believe in you, and I am sending you so much love. I so hope you have an incredible day, and I can't wait to see you in the academy if that's calling your name. I hope your day is magnificent, and I am sending you so much love. Mwah!